Today I'm going to take you through a challenging flow to prepare you for tripod headstand and the transition between tripod and crow pose. The first time we go into crow pose today, I challenge you to hold your crow pose for the full 5 count instead of immediately going into that transition. I'll give you time to do that later on in the practice. But the first time you go into crow pose, please try to hold it. Now, I'm probably not going to practice the tripod headstand in this video myself. I have a recurring neck injury, so I don't practice tripod. But if your neck is free and safe and you'd like to go ahead and do this practice, I will cue you to go into the headstand. When you're ready, go ahead and find a comfortable seat at the top of the mat. Crisscross applesauce or sitting on your heels. Draw your shoulders down and bring your eyes closed. Hands can come to heart center. Take an inhale, lift the shoulders toward the ears. And then exhale, roll them back down and away. Again, inhale, shoulders rise. Exhale, release them down. Inhale, shoulders lift up. And exhale to roll them back down and away. I invite you to set an intention for your class today. If you didn't come with one already, I offer up the intention of holding strong through your center. We'll seal up all these intentions with 3 breaths. First, exhale all the air from your lungs. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. Last one, inhale, fill up. And exhale, send it out. You may begin to blink eyes open, first gazing toward the fingertips. Roll forward onto hands and knees into your tabletop. Wrists directly under shoulders, knees directly under hips. On your inhale, lift the collarbones and lift the tailbone for your cow spine. And then as you exhale, round and curl, draw the belly button back, cat pose. Inhale to cow pose, release the shoulders. Exhale, cat pose, keep the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale to cow pose. And exhale, cat pose. On your next inhale, find a neutral spine. On your exhale, tuck the toes, pike the hips up and back for your first downward facing dog. Feet are hip distance, hands are shoulder width. Begin to pedal slowly through here, bending through one knee, taking a full exhale, and then switching and bending through the other knee. Maybe on an inhale, you lift the heels, and on an exhale, you draw them lower. Maybe you can think about keeping your toes 1 or 2 degrees pigeon-toed here. Find that stretch in the outer glutes. Draw the chest toward the thighs. On your next inhale, please roll forward to a high plank pose. As you exhale, drop the knees. Keep the hips lifted and pointing back away from you as you dive your chest forward between your palms. Knees, chest, chin land on the mat. Inhale to slide to your belly, peeling your chest up for baby cobra. It's little to no weight in those hands. Squeeze the elbows together and push them down as you lift the chest. For 3, 2, in 1, press into the palms and come to full cobra. Slight bend in those elbows and release the shoulders away from the ears. Draw the tops of the feet down into the mat to help you lift. And then when you're ready, exhale through tabletop to downward facing dog. That's your knees down version of Chaturanga. Please take it whenever you need it throughout class. If you'd like to advance the transition, take an inhale and roll forward to your high plank pose, shoulders over wrists. As you exhale, shift your weight forward and then bring that 90-degree bend into your elbows, squeezing them in tight to the side of the body. Chaturanga. Keep the shoulder heads pointed toward the ceiling. Just slightly here. Inhale to the tops of the feet. Arms are straight, thighs lift up for upward facing dog. And then exhale to pike the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Gaze forward, knees bend. Take small steps toward your hands, left then right. When you arrive at the top, toes touch slight sliver of space between your heels. Bring your hands to your shins or thighs. Take an inhale to look up halfway, lengthen out through the spine. And then exhale, fold forward. It's okay to bend the knees. Do that again. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, gaze to thumbs. Exhale, hands by sides. Surya Namaskare, sun salutations A. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale, plant the palms, step or float back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to up dog or cobra, shine the chest through. Exhale to downward facing dog for 5. Release the shoulders. 4, navel in. 3, keep breathing. 2, 1, gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, mountain pose. Exhale, hands by sides. Again, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant the palms, step, hop, or float back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog for 5. Think about bringing the chest closer to the thighs. 4. Imagine the hips moving back and away from you. 3. Release the shoulders. 2, 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, hop, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, gaze to thumbs. Exhale, hands by sides. Surya Namaskar B, sun salutations B. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale, plant the palms, step, hop, or float back, Chaturanga. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Listen for the change. Right foot steps forward to right thumb. Left heel spins down at a 45-degree angle. Rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, plant the palms, step, flutter kick, or handstand back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel drops. Rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, plant the palms, step, hop, or flutter kick back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Find your center. Hold for 5. Release shoulders. 4. Release the neck. 3. It's okay to have bent knees. 2, 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, hands by sides. Last one. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga, however you'd like to get there. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left foot forward, right heel drops. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, however you'd like to get there. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Hold for 5. Draw the navel in and up. 4. Engage all the muscles in the tops of the legs. 3. Breathe fuller. 2, 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, come to stand. Hands come to the hips. Hop or step your feet hips distance. Take your inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, Padagustasana. Using index and middle fingers, wrap the fingers around the two big toes. Take your inhale to look up, lengthen out, and then exhale, bend into your elbows and fold deeper for 5. Use your abdominals to draw you deeper. 4. Breathe fuller. 3. Release shoulders. 2. 1. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, release the palms. Step your left toes to the back of the mat and rise up to your high crescent lunge on the right. Your right knee is bent over right ankle. Your back heel is high and your back leg is straight. Hold for 5. Gaze to thumbs. 4. Knit the rib cage in. 3. Breathe fuller. 2. 1. As you inhale, lift the hips up slightly. And then exhale, open up warrior 2 to the side of the mat. Back heel drops. Your front foot is parallel to the long edge of your mat. Your back foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat. Strong bend in the front knee, straight back leg. Square up knees and shoulders and gaze over your right middle finger for 5. Release the shoulders down. 4. Breathe fuller. 3. 2. 1. On your next exhale, keep your arms where they are and straighten out your front leg. Maybe toe heel the back foot in 1 to 2 footprints. And then cock your hips to the back of the room as you tip your torso forward. Tick-tock your arms down. Right hand comes to right shin, ankle, or right big toe. Left hand comes to the sky. Hold for 5. Try to keep your chest back here. 4. Try to keep your top arm coming directly out of the shoulder. When you close your left eye, you should still see your left thumb with your right eye. 3. Step down into the back foot. 2. 1. Inhale up to warrior 2, bending into front knee. Exhale, reverse warrior. Cartwheel the right hand down in front of the right foot. Find your half moon pose. Lift the back leg parallel to the mat. Try to stack hips and shoulders. Hold for 5. Always an option for a block under the right hand. 4. Breathe fuller. 3. 2. Stay where you are in 1. Go ahead and bring both hands down. Rotate the hips and find your standing split. Left leg reaches higher this time. The heel points up toward the ceiling and the chest comes closer to that bottom leg. 4. Breathe full. 3. 2. And 1. Gently tap it back to the back of the mat. Find your warrior 2. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Cartwheel the hands down to the mat, Chaturanga. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to hips. Step or hop your feet hips distance. Take your inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, fold, Padagustasana, step on palms, toes to wrists. Hold for 5. Breathe fuller. 4. 3. Release the shoulders. 2. 1. Take your inhale to look up, lengthen. Remove the palms. Exhale, tap the right toes to the back of the mat and lift up to your high crescent lunge. Strong bend in the left knee. Back leg is straight. Hips stack over shoulders. Shoulders stack over hips, rather. Hold for 5. Think about broadening out through the collarbones. 4. Breathe full. 3. 2. In 1, take an inhale to lift up through the hips and an exhale to drop the back heel and open up to Warrior 2 on the left. Hold for 5. When you peek down at your left foot, you should see a slither of your left big toe. 4. Think about peeling your right hip open to the wall behind you as you peel your left knee open. 3. Keep breathing. 2. 1. Inhale to straighten out your left leg. Exhale, toe heel the back foot in 1 to 2 footprints. Cock the hips to the back of the room and tip the torso forward. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Left hand comes down to left shin, ankle, or left big toe. Right hand goes to the sky. Try to keep the chest back and step down into the back foot for 5. This time when you close your right eye, you should see your right thumb with your left eye. 2. And 1. Inhale up to Warrior 2. Bend into front knee. Exhale, reverse Warrior. Cartwheel the left hand down in front of the left foot. Launch the back leg up parallel to the mat and find your half moon pose for 5. Reach higher with the top arm. 4. Breathe fuller. 3. Energize through the back heel. 2. And 1. Exhale, both hands down. Lift the right heel higher. Find your standing split. Hold for 5. Do your best. 4. Keep breathing. 3. 2. And 1. Exhale back to Warrior 2. Bend into front knee. And then reverse your Warrior. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat, Chaturanga. Full inhale to Up Dog or Cobra. Full exhale to Downward Facing Dog. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top of your space. Take your inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, come to stand. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Take an inhale, puff up the chest. Exhale, fold forward with bound hands. Inhale, knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, come to stand. Interlace fingers behind the back. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, come to stand. Interlace fingers behind the back. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale the hands to heart center. Step your left toes to the back of the mat and come to your high crescent lunge for 5. Breathe full. 4. Release the shoulders. 3. Left hip forward, right hip back. 2. In 1, take a twist. Left elbow crosses right thigh. High crescent twist for 5. Breathe full. 4. Draw the crown of your head forward. 3. Stay twisted in 2. In 1, like a ninja, step your left foot forward to meet your right. Twisted chair. Hold for 5. Try to draw your hips in line with one another. 4. Don't let that left knee creep in front of the right. 3. 2. And 1. Inhale to chair pose. Exhale your hands to heart center and begin to sink the hips back, drawing the chest forward to counterbalance and dropping down into noose pose. Once you can drop no further with flat feet, feel free to lift the heels, but keep the feet squeezing together. Once you're down, option to stay at center or to take a twist to the right. Left elbow crosses right thigh, same direction as before. And you can stay in your twisted noose pose, or if you'd like to take side crow, you're welcome to. Hold here for 5. Breathe full for 4. 3. Leg squeeze. 2. In 1, inhale up to Samastiti at the top of your mat, hands by your sides. Go ahead and bring your left knee into your chest. Take hold of the outer edge of your left knee, or if you're going for big toe hold, take a hold of your left big toe with your left index and middle finger. On your inhale, engage every muscle in your standing leg, and then on your exhale, draw your left leg up higher. Hold for 5. Try to bring a straight right leg into that knee, that standing knee. 4. Do your best. 3, 2. In 1, left leg goes left, gaze goes right. Hold for 5. Do your best. 4. Engage the outer seat. 3, 2. In 1, come back to center, release the toe and hold for 5. Do your best. 4. We're coming into warrior 1 in 3. Left leg goes back in 2. In 1, step your left foot to the back of the mat at a 45-degree angle. Bend into your right leg and raise your arms for warrior 1. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4. Knit the rib cage in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale the hands behind the back, catch elbows or take reverse prayer and straighten out your right leg. Take your inhale to puff up the chest, maybe step the back foot in, and then exhale, fold forward with a flat spine, stopping before the front knee bends for intense side stretch. Hold for 5. Draw the left shoulder in line with the right. 4. Gaze to big toe. 3. Chin to shin. 2, 1. Take your inhale to look up halfway. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale the left arm out in front of you, thumb up. Exhale, place the left hand on the outside of the right foot or maybe on a block and send the right arm to the sky for Revolved Triangle. Work with straight legs here for 5. Breathe fuller. 4. Create length through both side bodies. 3. Think about squeezing the legs together. 2. In 1, exhale both hands down. Frame out that front foot and transition to your Chaturanga, however you'd like to get there. Exhale on the lower. Inhale to up dog or cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top of your space. Take your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, come to stand. Interlace fingers behind the back, inhale. Exhale, fold with bound hands. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, come to stand. Interlace fingers behind the back, inhale. Exhale, fold with bound hands. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, come to stand. Interlace fingers behind the back, inhale. Exhale, fold. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Send the right toes to the back of the mat and lift the arms for your high crescent lunge. Hold here for 5. Think right hip forward, left hip back. 4. Knit the rib cage in. 3. Breathe full. 2, 1. Take the twist. Right elbow crosses left thigh. Gaze over left shoulder for 5. Think about laying your right side body across your left thigh. 4. Wide collarbones. 3. Be mindful the left knee stays stacked over that left ankle. 3, 2, and 1. Stay twisted like a ninja. Step the right foot forward to meet the left. Find your twisted chair for 5. Sink the seat lower than the chest. 4. Breathe fuller. 3. Do your best. 2. In 1, find your center chair. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Sink down into your noose pose. Once you reach where you can no longer lower down, you're welcome to lift the heels and squeeze the ankles together. You're welcome to take a twist, whole, or an arm balance instead for 5. Breathe full. 4. Do your best. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come to stand, Samastiti at the top of your mat, hands by your sides. This time, bring your right knee into the chest. Hold on to the outer edge of the right knee or take the big toe with your right index and middle finger. Take your inhale to root down through your left heel and an exhale to draw your right leg closer toward your chest for 5. Breathe fuller. 4. Try to square hips. Try not to lean. 3, 2, 1. Right leg goes right, gaze goes left. Hold for 5. Do your best. 4. Navel back. 3, 2, 1. Inhale back to center. Release the toe, release the knees, straighten the leg wherever you can, and hold for 5. Square hips and shoulders. 4. Use your abdominals to draw the leg higher. 3. Breathe fuller. 2. Find your warrior. 1. 1. Step your right toes to the back of the mat. Drop your right heel at a 45-degree angle. Bend into your left knee and lift the arms for 5. Release shoulders. 4. Do your best. 3, 2, 1. Exhale the hands behind the back, catch elbows, or take reverse prayer. Straighten out the left leg. As you inhale, lift the chest. And then as you exhale, fold forward for intense side stretch. Straight front leg here for 5. Think chin to shin. 4. Engage the left quad. 3. Keep breathing. 2, 1. Take your inhale to look up, lengthen. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale your right hand out in front of you, thumb up. Exhale, plant the palm on the outside of the left foot or onto a block and find your revolved triangle for 5. Try to square your hips to the front of the room. 4. Try to square your chest to the side of the room. 3. Length through both side bodies. 2. And 1. Exhale the hands down to the mat. Frame out the left foot and transition to your Chaturanga, however you'd like to get there. Exhale on the lower here. Inhale to up dog or cobra, and exhale to downward facing dog. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. Gaze forward and jump your feet to the outer edges of your mat outside your palms for Malasana Yogi Squat. Knees come tracking in line with the feet and don't cross those toes. Elbows come to the inner thighs to press the thighs open. If you have any knee or hip tension, try sitting on a block and see if that relieves it. If not, come up higher into your goddess pose and work this posture instead. If you're in Malasana, hold here for 5. Think dropping the seat between the heels. 4. Lift the gaze. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here comes our first crow pose. Please stay in crow pose for the first round. Try not to do your transitions. The goal is to activate the core here and get your strength engaged before doing that transition. So bring your knees to your upper outer arms. They should be nearly there if you're in Malasana. And transition forward, pressing the knees forward into straight arms if you're going to for straight arm crow, or bending into the elbows and drawing the knees to the outer arms. If you keep your knees on the outside of your arms rather than the back of your arms, you'll avoid getting any bruises. Hold in your Navasana, or in your crow pose for 5. Breathe full. 4. Think about lifting the head, lifting the chest, and dropping the hips. 3. The goal is to have your back be parallel with the mat. 2. Tuck the heels in higher. 1. Gently release down onto your seat and find your Navasana boat pose. Shins become parallel with the mat. Chest lifts up. Hold here for 5. Breathe full for 4. Do your best. 3, 2, 1. Find your low boat. Heels and chest 6 inches off the mat for 5. Breathe full. 4. Gaze toward your feet. 3, 2, 1. Inhale up to high boat. Option to extend the legs long. Hold for 5. Do your best. 4. Engage the abdominals. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and plant the palms. Maybe you can pick yourself up and transition to your Chaturanga. If not, do whatever you need to do to get into your high plank position and Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to up dog or Cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. On your next inhale, roll forward into your high plank pose. Hold here for 5. Dome out through the shoulder girdle. 4. Biceps spin forward. 3. Engage the quads. 2. In 1, shift weight into your left palm. Come to the knife side edge of your left foot and find your side plank on the left. Option here to come to a forearm if you need to drop to a knee, to lift the right leg high, maybe find a big toe hold, or you're welcome for tree pose. Hold for 5. Take any of your favorite variations. 4. Breathe full. 3, 2, 1. Step your right foot forward. Find your high crescent lunge. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, open up to warrior 2 on the side of the mat. Take a full inhale in warrior 2. And then exhale to extended side angle. Right forearm to right thigh or right hand to the outside of the right foot. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4. Do your best. 3, 2, 1. Inhale up to warrior 2. Exhale, hands to hips, straighten out the front leg. Turn the toes in and the heels out. As you inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, fold forward, wide leg forward fold, hands come between the feet. If you'd like to do a warm-up tripod headstand, you're welcome to. I'm going to lead you through that tripod crow transition a little later in class. But if you're going for tripod here, you can go ahead and plant the crown of your head on the floor. That might mean you need to bend your knees or move a little farther forward. When you're going into your tripod headstand, it's important to place a lot of weight in your palms. You want to think about lengthening the neck as you go up. That way you're not compressing the spine in the neck area. So try taking one knee on top of one elbow and then the other knee on top of the other elbow. Once you're in that position, you can press your weight down into your palms even more and then bring your knees into your chest. Once your knees are into your chest and you've found your balance, you can straighten the legs up to the sky. And you can reverse the way you came. For those of us holding our wide leg forward fold, feel free to crawl the hands behind you through your legs or to take hold of big toes for a little more leverage. Hold here for 5. Play here for 4. Do your best. 3, 2, 1. If you were in your tripod headstand, slowly come down. Studies have shown that the slower you move up and down from your headstands, the less compression you put on your neck. As you're ready, crawl your hands forward to the top of your mat and find your lizard pose with both hands on the inside of that right leg. If you need to, you can place blocks under your palms or drop the back knee. If you're working on progressing your lizard pose, maybe you take forearms on a block. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4. Do your best. 3, 2, and 1. Plant the palms, ditch the blocks, and step your right foot back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Hold for 5. Breathe full, 4. Do your best. 3, 2, 1. Shift weight into your right hand. Come to the knife side edge of the right foot and come into your side plank. Take any variation of your choice and hold for 5. Breathe length through the spine. 4. Think hips high. 3. Draw the rib cage up. 2. And 1. High crescent lunge. Left foot forward, right heel high. Hold for 5. Or hold for the inhale. Exhale, drop the back heel. Unwind, warrior 2. Again, hold for your inhale. Then as you exhale, find your extended side angle. Left forearm to left thigh. Right arm toward the front of the room. Hold for 5. Gaze into your palm to release the shoulder. 4. Breathe fuller. 3, 2, 1. Inhale up to warrior 2. Exhale, clasp the palms behind the back and straighten out the front leg. Turn the toes in and the heels out. As you inhale, drag the knuckles toward the heels. And as you exhale, fold forward with bound hands. Hold here for 5. Breathe full. 4. Do your best. 3, 2, and 1. Exhale the hands down. Crawl your palms toward your left foot. Plant both palms on the inside of the left foot and find your lizard pose. Take whatever variation you took on the other side and be mindful the left knee doesn't cross the toes. Hold for 5. Long spine. Gaze out on the floor in front of you. 4. Breathe full. 3, 2, and 1. Ditch the blocks, come back to palms, and step the left foot back to your high plank pose. Take a full inhale in high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Full inhale to up dog or Cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, drop to forearms, forearm plank. Hold for 5. Long spine. 4. Do your best. 3, 2, 1. Walk your toes toward your face. Find your dolphin pose. Try to keep your arms like a number 11. Wrist as wide as the elbows here. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4. Press the chest toward the thighs. 3. Head stays lifted off the mat. 2. And 1. Go ahead and roll forward into your forearm plank and come to your palms for full plank. All the way forward into your Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog and exhale to downward facing dog. Now comes our playtime for our crow pose transition into tripod headstand. If you don't want to do this, you can just play with your crow pose, you can hold Malasana, or you can do a regular headstand, which takes pressure off the head, and it's a little bit safer if you have very short upper arms. So go ahead and come to your Malasana, jump your feet forward to the top of your mat. If you'd like to try that transition into your tripod headstand, go ahead and come into your crow pose here. Hold your crow pose, make sure you're steady, draw the heels in close to your seat, and gaze onto the floor where you're going to put the crown of your head. As you rock forward, think about lifting the heels higher. Gently place the crown of your head down and squeeze the knees in tight. As you do so, you can place your shins on top of your arms rather than your knees into your armpits. And that can help you transition into that tripod headstand so that you're planting your shins directly onto your upper arms, just as you did when you entered tripod from your wide leg forward fold. Then when you're ready, you can extend your legs up to that tripod headstand. Once you're in your tripod headstand, feel free to hang out here or to transition back. If you want to go for your regular headstand today, you can take that basket grip. Bring your elbows as wide as your shoulders. Try not to bring them too wide, but rather find that squeezing in. Plant your head between your elbows and draw your hips up high as if you're in your dolphin pose, except with your head on the mat. Gently walk the feet in toward the face until you can bring both knees into the chest one at a time, and then extend up to your headstand. Those of you in your tripod headstand, maybe you try to bring your knees down one at a time on top of your upper arms. Squeeze the knees into the chest, into the armpits. And then as you carefully, slowly lift the head, rock your weight forward into your fingertips. Shoulders going forward here is going to balance you out and help you get into that crow pose again. If you're in a regular handstand, come down slowly, and we will all meet in a tabletop position. Go ahead and sit back into your child's pose and just take a moment here. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. On your next inhale, roll forward and come to a reclined position on your belly for belly back bends. Place your hands on the mat beside you, palms down. We're going to do a variation of locust pose with the hands down. Keep your hands firmly planted in the mat. And on an inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest and lift your legs off the mat for 5. Breathe full. 4. Do your best. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. On your next inhale, come into bow pose. Kick your heels into your seat. Reach around for the outer edges of the feet and lift your knees to shoulder height. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4. This is camel pose. 3. Just rotate it onto your belly. 2. And 1. Exhale, gently release. Feel free to windshield wiper the ankles from left to right. And then gently come to a kneeling position. Keep your knees hip width here as you come to stand with your fingertips on your lower back, pointed down as if they're in the back pockets of your jeans. On your inhale, lift your chest. On your exhale, push your hips forward. Again, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hips forward. Option to stay here or drop one or both hands back to your camel pose. Option to place blocks on either side of your ankles and place your hands on the blocks for a little more assistance. Hold here for 5. Breathe full. 4. Do your best. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale the chest up, then the head up. And exhale to sit off to one side. Sweep the legs long in front of you. Toes touch. Engage the quads and sit up tall. Inhale the arms overhead. And exhale, fold. It's okay to bend the knees. Hold here for 5. Breathe full. 4. Release shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Bring the sole of the right foot into the left inner thigh for Janushriasana. Square off hips and shoulders. Engage the left quad. Inhale the arms high, and then exhale, fold for 5. Keep the right hip grounded. 4. Breathe fuller. 3, 2, and 1. Draw the right knee to point up toward the ceiling. Release the right hand behind the right hip and inhale the left arm high. Exhale to twist for Marichi C. Option to go for the bind here by bringing the left arm in front of the right shin and the right hand behind the back. Sit up taller for 5. Chin parallel with mat. 4. Do your best. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release, come back to center, switch it out. Right leg long, sole of the left foot into the right inner thigh. Inhale to lift the arms. Exhale, fold, Janushriasana. Hold for 5. Engage the right quad. 4. Breathe fuller. 3, 2, 1. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Turn the left knee to point toward the ceiling. Plant the left hand behind the left hip and inhale the right arm high. Exhale, twist. Right arm crosses in front of the left thigh. Option for that bind on the other side. Hold for 5. Sit up taller. 4. Think about laying your right side body across your left thigh. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide for Bodokonasana. Hold on to the ankles or feet. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, fold elbows into the inner thighs for 5. Breathe full. 4. Do your best. 3, 2, 1. Inhale to look up. Exhale, close the knees like a book. Bring the hands behind the back, fingertips pointed toward the heels. Come into your upward tabletop, or if you'd like to advance, find your upward plank by straightening out the legs. Hold for 5. Breathe fuller. 4. Do your best. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release down. Recline onto your back and bend back into your knees for bridge pose. Walk the heels in so close you can touch them with the tips of your middle fingers. Then on an inhale, lift the hips to knee height. Always an option to place a block under your sacrum. Always an option to walk your shoulders underneath you and clasp your palms below your low back. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4. Release the neck. 3. Release the forehead. 2, 1. Exhale, release. Option to take another bridge, supported bridge, or to take Urdhva Dhanurasana by placing the fingertips pointing toward you behind your shoulders. On your inhale, go ahead and press up for 5. Breathe full. 4. Toes in, heels out to create space in that low back. 3. Press the chest through the upper arms. 2, 1. Exhale, release down. Move the knees from left to right if you need to. And prepare for your third and final back bend. On your next inhale, go up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Feel free to do another headstand, or if you'd like to do shoulder stand or happy baby for your final inversion, those are all of your options. Go ahead and go up into your shoulder stand. Squeeze the legs together and keep the heels over the hips. Try not to let the feet come over the face. Release pressure in the neck by creating space between chin and chest. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4. Engage your core. 3, 2, 1. Gently drop the toes behind the head for your plow pose. Hold for 5. Option to extend the arms if the toes touch. 4. Breathe full. 3, 2, 1. Soften the knees for your ear pressure pose. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale to gently roll out. Option for heart bench or for fish pose. If you're going for fish pose, go ahead and use your arms as leverage to draw the chest high. Tip the head back and place the crown of the head on the floor. Then once you're there, release pressure from your hands. Eventually the arms and legs lift. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift the chest, release the head, and relax into your Savasana. Final rest. Slowly begin to bring movement back into fingers and toes. Maybe make circles with ankles and wrists. Reawaken the limbs. Reawaken the breath. When you're ready, stretch the arms long overhead and stretch the toes down long in front. Take a full inhale and then exhale to your favorite side. The right side tends to be more restful, the left side more energizing. Take a moment to thank yourself for coming to your practice today, for finding your center, for challenging yourself, for playing with your practice. When you're ready with as little effort as possible, and eyes still closed, rock yourself up to a comfortable seat facing the front of the room. Inhale the hands to heart center, and exhale to draw the shoulders down. Loka samasta sukhi no bhavantu. May beings everywhere be happy and be free. Namaste.